and welcome, Lynx here. And yes, we are playing Love Goes Toward Love. Another episode, and hopefully it all goes smoothly. Let's enjoy this lovely story some more. In the blink of an eye, it's already the last day of the week, where this reconnaissance mission comes to an end. The past few days have been a blur, since nothing else happened since our evening outing on Wednesday. However, since then we start to exchange more text on Rhine, talking about nothing or sharing stories about customer experiences, and let me tell you that in this industry there is a lot to share about customers, okay? If you've done something stupid, haha, you can be sure you are the talk of the entire industry. If you did it in the mall, haha, you bet entire mall knows about you. Not in a good way. Anyway, it's great to have someone understand the pain and have someone to talk about coffee making with that's not boss. Yeah? My shoulders slump in dread, but remember that even after this I can still ask her to hang out from time to time, so it's not like it's my last time seeing her. Even if it feels like I'll never be able to meet her again. The cold metal door handle sends a shock of chill to my palms. I bought inside the shop in search of warmth. Not only am I greeted with warmth, but the strong smell of coffee envelops me with open arms. And like always, Romi's cheerful smile never fails to welcome me in the morning. Good morning, Yuri. Oh, good morning. She pauses her task and gets ready to take my order, without knowing it's my last one for a while. What would you like today? My eyes scan the menu to do what I haven't ordered yet. I decide to choose one of the more expensive options since it's not coming out of my pocket anyway. I'll try the hot Spanish latte, please. Coming right up. I head over the exact change and stand to the side to wait for my order. As Rom is busy crafting my cup of coffee, I take the time to look around the shop and snoop a bit. The dim yet cozy atmosphere is the same as ever, and the customer count seems to be about the same throughout this week. Okay. So they seem to be busy constantly. I wonder if they are like a popular chain or what exactly. Guys and not guys. Don't get your coffee if you drink coffee, basically. Don't get your coffee from the popular chains. Get it from the smaller ones. I'm serious. There are noticeably more female customers, but they also aren't lacking the number of male patrons. For being somewhat late in the morning, there are quite a number of customers sitting in front of their coffees and breakfast. Aside from different aesthetics of our cafe and the recent disparity of customer count, there isn't that much of a difference, if I'm to be honest. Boss predicts that in a couple of months they will be the same as us. I glance over the counter and see Romy concentrating on her job, making the drink with a certain poise. God, she's breathtakingly hot while making coffee. Oh. Okay. I can't believe just one look at her washes away all the thoughts of the competitive analysis I'm supposed to be doing. But who am I kidding? Anyone would be entranced by her beauty. Here you go. Your hot Spanish latte. Thank you. I put a sleeve on the coffee cup and start to head out, but she calls out to me. Yuri, are you free tonight? Me? Yeah, at around 9 p.m. Yeah, I'm pretty free around then. Even if it wasn't free, I'd drop all my existing plans for you. I kind of understand her. Do you want to go out for a drink? We won't stay out too late. It will only be a few drinks, and you also work on the weekends, right? A drink? Like alcoholic drinks? Yeah. I know a place a few stations down from here and was going to wait down with some drinks and thought I'd invite you. I'm not much of an alcohol kind of girl. Yeah, okay, female characters in the game, okay? But if it's to accompany Romy, I don't think I'd mind a few drinks either. I understand her. And since it's only a few stations down, it's still relatively nearby, so I won't have to worry about traveling too far. Okay, I'm down to go! Great! It would be nice to go eat with you for dinner, but unfortunately I have business to attend to. Oh, no problem. I can hang around somewhere until 9. I'll text you the name and address of the bar later. Okay. It's a date then. Whoa. She flashed a wink at... Okay, even I was surprised. She flashed a wink at me playfully, and like all the other times it's happened, the heat rises to my face. I have to go learn how to control that if that's even humanly possible. Well, don't. Come on, don't try to control that. Okay, I won't hold you up any longer. I don't get a scolding from your boss. I feel like I always get scolded no matter what I'm doing, even if I know she's doing it out of love. Haha, you can tell me about it tonight, over some drinks. See you tonight then. I'm looking forward to it. I bid my farewell and exit the enemy's territory to report back to base with my Spanish latte. When I step through the doors, I see Boss biting her nail while staring into space. It seems she's so deep in thought that she doesn't even notice my arrival. Boss, here is a Spanish latte. Ah! You startled me! What were you thinking so hard about? Usually I'm the one spacing out. Boss looks away in disdain and crosses her arm. They have a hot barista. What? They have a hot barista that can make really good coffee. I nod in agreement because that frankly is the truth. Sorry, I'm not hot enough to attract customers to our store! But wait! You just realized that? I wasn't paying attention to who worked there. I was so focused on the coffee. Then I overheard some customers just started talking about the hot employee over there. Why did you tell me about them? Didn't you see her on the day where you were about to have a fist fight on the street with the other cafe owner? And besides, you never asked who worked there, you asked for their coffee. Both goes quiet after realizing that I hit the nail on the head. Are you planning on replacing me with a hot barista? No, that's a dumb move. So that's why instead of replacing you, I'm going to give you a makeover. Hey! No, Wayne, hell you are doing that, going to do that, no! Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm all for our girl over here, not gonna... Boss's brooding aura disappears as she cackles at the thought of giving me a makeover. Maybe the future when you still haven't found a girlfriend yet. Speaking of which, still no luck? Boss! I don't need to look anyone, I found somebody! A loud gasp rings throughout the shop as Boss grabs my shoulder and shakes me violently back and forth. You found someone you like! No way! Tell me who! Oh, this is so exciting! You finally can get late and stop to get so blue at work. I swear it's probably what drives all the customers away. Hey, I don't look blue all the time at work. I'm not Lynx, okay? Anyway, who is it? You gotta show me the pics. My body shies away from Buzz. As much as I would like to tell her, I would keep it a secret for a bit longer. Besides, it's not like Ronnie and I are dating as of yet. But there's also the fact that Buzz still hates anyone that works at Mountain Coffee. Would she be happy or mad if I told her? I decided to be mysterious and keep her guessing. It's for me to know and you to find out. Oh, come on! Boss rolls her eyes in an exaggerated manner and gives me an unamused face. Can you at least describe her, or how you met her? I shake my head and smile mischievously as I continue to avoid answering Boss's dying questions. That's right, bully that boss. Just thinking about Romy puts a hop in my step and I continue to heavily anticipate tonight's meeting with her. Drinking with Romy folk. I wonder how that will turn out. My mind begins to concoct a variety of scenarios and I stop myself as I almost venture into forbidden territory. I embarrassed myself for even daring to have such wishful thinking. Why not? Go ahead and do it, girl. Get a hold of yourself, Yuri. It's just a drink with a friend. A drink with a friend that I have an immense crush on. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm all for Yuri here, to be honest. I mean, she's great. To be fair, she's the one I would be after if that was my situation. You know, just saying. I seem to really like kind of the... in some of the times, I guess, but in Yuri games at least, I seem to like the main heroine very often. Like the most of the entire crew. I think it's happening again. After a good meal of omurice at a restaurant near the bar that Robbie introduced, I find I still have about 2 hours before designated meeting time. An hour and a half left, huh? What am I going to do for an hour and a half alone? I scan around my surroundings to see what I can pass the time with. Crowds of people flood the crosswalks trying to get home from a long day's work, and as the night grows closer, the party people are coming out. The blaring lights and rowdy atmosphere is a huge difference compared to what I'm usually used to. Party people, and I literally had a flashback of Conmin right now. Maybe walking behind here. Lately I've only been heading straight home after work, so being in this kind of environment is somewhat refreshing. I continue browsing the area and end up dropping clothing stores to window shop and scorn a price tags. Yeah. Although the clothes are cute, I can't seem to find many that aren't loud. I'm more of an Uniqlo kind of girl. Listen, I might have worked in retail, but it was a sports shop. Also, I don't think there is such a term in Poland, so... Let's see what this means. Uniqlo. Term. What does it mean? Dude, I don't want some freaking Uniqlo. Uniqlo! Uniqlo, girl. That one. What's Uniqlo style of clothing? Stop giving me the company game! Google game. Oh my... I don't know, maybe it's the same thing. Maybe it's not Uniqlo, but Uniqlo actually. I have no clue. Let's say Uniqlo. Clothing is up to date and fashionable, but not trendy. Okay. Huh. I kind of get it. I'm an absolute no fashion kind of person, so... Again, my retail experience in a sports store, okay? Not like everyday clothing. Anyway. But it doesn't hurt to look around and hope that maybe one day I'll try on these clothes that are out of my comfort zone. I guess that's where the makeover from Boss comes in. The clock in this store reads 8:03 PM and I roll my eyes seeing that only half an hour has passed. I put the skirt I was examining back onto the rack and leave the quaint store. Another video game sounds come with earshot and I see a huge arcade building filled with a bunch of crane machines enticing me to take a shot. Ah, why not? I have the time! And before I knew it, I ended up spending 2000 yen on failed crane machine attempts. I don't know if I would... Would I try crane machines if I had the opportunity? Probably not. Unless I actually had the money. After stepping out of the hot and stuff building, I begin appreciating the cool autumn wind. I stretch my arms and back from slouching intensely when focusing on playing the crane machines. Ah! I didn't even get any consolation prizes. A buzz from my phone starts me and I check who sent me a message on to enter panic mode. Oh shit, I played! Romi's name pops up from the location at the same time as I see the time on the phone screen. I'm late! In a flurry, I search for the location of the bar and dash to it, blessing the gods that it's not too far from here. I'm huffing and puffing by the time I get to the place. I check the time again to see how much later I am than I already was. 15 minutes past 9. My eyes frantically search around for the sight of a possibly irritated Romy. Way to screw things up, Yuri. As I near the stairs that lead down the bar, I see a familiar figure leaning against the wall staring at her phone. I mean, to be fair, I think she would understand. I mean, think about it. You were there, kind of around, since 7. You ate, you killed time, you still have something else. You had to find a way to kill the time. You started killing time, you overkilled the time. I bet that YouTube bots will be like, oh, he uses the word kill a lot. Attack! Anyway. Romy! Without delay, I ran up to her and I started apologizing like I've committed a grave crime. I'm so sorry, I got carried away looking at things and lost track of time. Her mouse eyes depart from her bright phone screen and meet mine, except where I expected a more face, I got a delicate expression. It seems you finally found your way here. I bow down at a straight 90-degree angle to show my remorse in case I haven't already. I'm super sorry, I didn't mean to keep you waiting. Please don't fret about it, it's all good. What matters is that you made it here in the end. And safely. I'm so sorry! Okay, now you're starting to sound like a broken record. Sorry! Sorry! She bursts into a fit of laughter and wipes tears of joy as she pats me on the shoulder reassuringly. Alright, enough standing out here in the cold. Come on, you can be a broken record inside. The two of us head down the dim stairs and enter through the heavy doors that lead into one of the most chill places I've ever been to. We take a seat at the bar counter since most of the tables are already taken. The ambience inside the bar oozes an air of trendiness, yet still manages to maintain a sense of class. It's quite dark in here, but that's what makes the bright neon colors stand out. The wall behind I miss bars. The wall behind the counter is filled with a variety of alcohol ranging from foreign to local and light to hard. It's not that I frequent bars, but even a newbie like me can tell that display of liquor is impressive. Maybe I'll bring some friends here when next time they ever need to vent and drink their hearts out. Speaking of bars, I did on occasions mention that I like bars. And the fact that two in my close area were shut down eventually, sadly enough. And one in the center of the town also was shut down, sadly enough. But what I'm getting at is I have not told a story of a bar that was for sale when I was still at university, sadly enough, and not a little bit later. But yeah, sadly at the time, it was wrong timing, very wrong timing. I mean, I was not earning money basically there. I was getting that. Or more like I was not getting enough money from the way I was earning that to try and purchase the bar and convert it into a house. I mean, it would be cool, have a house and at the not really ground floor, but floor below, but basically underground to have own bar. Let's go. That would be so awesome. And I would totally not open it to the public then, but I would have it for myself. That would be so good. And now someone's... actually, it's been what, 10 years? 10? A little more. No, less. 8 years, right? And last year, they started building another building next to it. That looks exactly the same. I don't know, maybe I think they are trying to connect the two somehow and whatever, but they probably will know about that. Anywho, maybe I'll bring some friends here the next time they ever need to vent and drink their house out. But still, again, it would be awesome to have our own bar. Robin greets the bartender easily, probably because she comes here enough to be considered a regular. That's concerning. She orders a glass of gin and tonic and looks at me for my order. I'll take a margarita. My friends say I'm a heavyweight when it comes to drinking, but I don't want to risk any chances of getting dirt drunk and start spilling secrets. I'm a heavyweight, actually. At least I used to be. I don't know now. Now that I think about it. It's been ages since I last drank alcohol. Like 2 years? Crazy. The bartender gets to work with Aurora's and Romi's wivels in her seat and starts interrogating me. So, what kept you so busy earlier? Well, after eating dinner by myself, I had a lot of time left before our meeting, so I just wandered around the shops here. And then eventually the arcade building and became absorbed in trying to win. Which I didn't at all. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. At least you can drink the sorrow away, right? Her low chuckle was barely audible, but it's so distinct that it still carries out despite the various noises in the background. The uniqueness of her voice is another thing that makes her stand out from everyone else. It has a husky, hearty tone, but also has a slight sense of, dare I say, sultriness, alluring me every time she speaks. I can listen to her talk all day. I understand that. To the purpose of not staring too long, I turn away from her and focus on our drinks being made. Do you drink often? No, only when invited out by friends. They're usually the ones that go out to drink a lot. I have to work in the morning, so I don't stay out too late. This is unless I really need to let myself go. I feel you on that one. I'm not exactly young anymore, so going home isn't exactly the best. Okay, let's start the guessing game. We know Yuri is 23. How old is Romy? Give your guesses. I'm gonna say 27. Wait, did I? Anyway. Isn't exactly the best move for the next morning, especially because I work so early too. Anyway, if I definitely miss wilding out. Oh. I don't think I was someone who would wild out, but I will still overdrink over other people I knew. I mean, if I think about it, and I think I said that before as well, I only went like overboard once in my life, and I think that's something everyone should do. Just once, basically, to know sort of where is your limit. For I imagine right now my limit got reduced as well. But whatever. Anyway, do you have work tomorrow? Maybe you can go wild out tonight. I do have work tomorrow, so unfortunately I cannot go wild, or rather I shouldn't go wild. At the moment, the bartender delivers our drinks in front of us on a coaster with their logo on it. The two drinks sit next to each other, further pointing out the difference in our taste and lifestyle. Both ours have a piece of lime in it, but that's the only thing in common. Just like how we both only have the commonality of working at coffee shops. And being extremely attractive, everything else is completely different. No. Without another word, Yuri's selling herself way too short here. Like, come on. Without another word, Romy takes a big gulp of her gin and tonic, followed by a loud, heavy sigh. Her face grows worried and she takes another sip of her drink. What's wrong? Romy turns her head towards me and I can physically see the tiredness in her facial features. Nothing. Nothing would lead you to the stress drink when you have work early tomorrow morning. I just wanted to drink with you. Anyone else also wondering what might have been the business she was attending to? I'm very nosy, okay? I wanna know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was her parents, to be honest. Anyway, I'm not going to lie, just that one sentence made my heart skip a bit. Maybe 2 beats. But I tried to not let it show and continue praising her. Is that really it? Romy grows silent as she realizes I'm catching on to her. Did something bad happen today? Or rather, did you know something bad was going to happen today? Is it related to that important business you mentioned this morning? Her silence continues and I might have overstepped the boundary just now. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrogate you like that. You shouldn't need to explain yourself if you're not comfortable. You know what? Let's just drink the pain away! Romy shakes her head and decides to open up about her issue instead of mindlessly drinking the problem away like I suggested. I knew it. I was at a family dinner earlier and I had every family dinner gathering I go to. There is always a dance and whenever I'm there, the room is always full of judgmental eyes fixated on me. I hate it so much. She fidgets with the now empty glass in her hands, and her voice becomes more exhausted than before. They obviously let go of the whole past, but it's clear they still see me with prejudice. That's why I hate going to family dinners, it's such a dread. The only redeeming thing about it is that I get to see my cousins and see what they've been up to. Oh, and the food. Her eyes peer into their glass of what used to be gin and tonic, now only left with melting ice cubes. Please don't play with those. No, please, I beg you, don't. I know, I think this is like some kind of a problem I have since, I don't know, teenage years or whatever. But I know, like, my father used to, probably still is, always dropping ice cubes into his, well, whatever he drinks, right? Even like normal juice if it is. Wherever he finished drinking, he freaking bounces the ice cubes in the goddamn glass, like constantly. It's so annoying to me now. So around me, please don't do that. Another sigh lightly escapes her mouth and her attention pounds to the bartender. Can I have another gin and tonic, please? The bartender nods and gets to work. Dude, I would like a gin, some gin now. God damn it, games. Is it possible to decline the invites? If it stresses you out, probably should stop going. They were the one that kicked you out in the first place. Why should they expect you to come back? It's all about saving face. From what I heard, they lost even more face by having a shunned daughter, so they're trying to regain it by accepting me into the family again. I know it's ridiculous. I don't even know what they're trying to do. Speaking of her being shunned for, she still never told me the other reason that led her family to banish her like this. The curiosity boils in me and I accidentally slip the nosy question out without thinking. What was the other reason you got shunned for? You never told me. If we are nosy, let's go all in. Romy looks at me in shock for a moment, and then her eyes wave around the room, evidently hesitant of telling me. After a long pause, she looks at me earnestly and opens her mouth to speak, but quickly zips it back up. Sorry. I don't think I can tell you just yet. Oh no, it's totally okay. I was just being nosy anyway. Understand if it's something that makes you uncomfortable. Thank you for understanding. She musters up a weak smile and goes back to concerningly looking down at her glass as if there is a battle happening in her mind. A new glass of gin and tonic replaces her old one and she proceeds to chug it once again. She was not supposed to go wild, by the way. She's basically probably finishing the second one in an instant. Meanwhile, Yuri over here sipping on her margarita slowly. Can I get a tequila shot, thank you? My eyes widen in shock as she continuously intoxicates herself with alcohol. Should I be worried? Sorry, Yuri, it's just something I... Hey there, can I buy you a drink? I told my inexpensive looking suit stands next to Romy with a confident smile and she doesn't even bat an eye. Romy stays still in her seat and puts an AC aura around her. I already have a drink, sorry. The man either can't read the cold tone in her voice or he really thinks he can pick her up. He leans on the bar counter and drags me into the conversation as well. Goodbye, both of you and your friend drinks. I have a table over there with some others. I would like to invite you to join us for a fun time. Ruby still hasn't moved an inch to take a look at the man trying to make conversation with her. I'm taken, not interested. But... She said she's taken and not interested! What part of that do you not get? God damn it! I get so frustrated for Romy that I accidentally raise my voice in my comment. But also she's taken. Move their heads towards me and I become flushed, clearly regretting my unconscious decision. Don't regret that, that was a good thing to do. I started to apologize, but it seemed the man's attention is on me now. Oh, you're a feisty one. I like that in women. Back off. Romy cold aura quickly turns to a dark and scary one with an expression I've never seen her use before. The man finally gets the point and leaves. Alright, I hope you have a lovely evening. Okay, I guess he was not like a terrible guy, but honestly, if you are told no the first time, just back off. You know, should have not asked like 20 times. She said no, you say have a lovely evening. End of story. Anyway, in a couple of strides, he disappears out of our sight and it's just the two of us again. Ruby's smart face disappears in an instant and she now looks at me with the same soft expression she always has. Oh, I didn't know you had that in you. Thank you for telling me off. I thought that was... I don't know what happened there. You surprise me with something new every time I see you, Yuri. I tried to stutter some sort of reply, but nothing comes out except ems and ums. I think we need a toast. For what? For help me get rid of that guy earlier. Okay, there's absolutely no need for a toast over something like that. And besides, you're the one that got him to leave in the end. Only because he was about to... Okay, because you gave me the courage to... Finish your food! I'm still not convinced by her reasoning, but she continues her agenda. You know what? Romy is clearly afraid of... I mean, she also has a crush, clearly, okay? just like Yuri has. And she clearly is afraid of, like, saying it out loud. I guess it is understandable. Is it? It probably is. It probably is. I mean, if a girl is into girls, it probably is hard to admit the feelings, right? I mean, I can only tell from a perspective of a guy telling that to a woman, obviously, but... Anyway. Oh, come on! Bartender, shots of vodka, please! Welcome to Poland! I hope you can handle vodka! All I can do is hang my mouth open in disbelief over how wild Romy can actually be. In a matter of time, the bartender delivers our shots and Romy passes one to me. Here, drink up! I take the shot glass from her hands and fling it against hers for a cheer. Cheers! Cheers! The pungent smell of alcohol pierces my nose and the intense burning flavor stings my throat as I scarf it down. That really hits the spot. It has been a while since I've drunk. The Romy right now seems to be a lot more relaxed and carefree than her usual self, which is not what I'm accustomed to. I mean, it happens after alcohol, yeah. It relaxes you, yeah. I'm glad it never, like, made me blabber bullshit though. Anyway, however, that's not a bad thing. It makes her seem more human, and it puts me at ease knowing she's able to distress. And then suddenly remember they're mentioning she's taken, begin wondering if she's really taken. If she's actually taken, that means I have no chance at all. I'll nonchalantly ask for confirmation. She's simply tipsy. She seems tipsy enough to probably spill something here and there. Say, Romeo, are you actually taken? Huh? You said to that guy that you are taken, not interested. She throws her head back and laughs an intoxicating laugh while shaking her head slightly. And he said that to ward him off. Sorry, not. Not. Jackpot! But I am interested in someone. In a matter of milliseconds, my roller coaster of emotion fell from a million feet high and crashed into the ground without leaving even a piece of dust behind. Is that so? I drink the rest of my still unfinished margarita and order something stronger this time to numb the pain I just experienced. Her expression softens as she starts talking about the lucky winner. It was like love at first sight, honestly. They're really adorable, a bit clumsy, fun to tease. We have plenty of things in common too, so it's really easy to talk to them and open up. Although they're a bit shorter than me, I don't mind it at all. They're good at what they do, and they shine the most when they're talking about something they love. With no effort at all, they can lift my spirits up no matter how low I'm feeling that day. Every laugh and smile of their warms my heart, and they thought being sad or hurt in a way would pain me. And the more I got to know them, the more I began to fall deeper in love. Her nice eyes soon grow worried and uncertain, and she drinks the untouched tequila shot she ordered before the man interrupted us. The only thing that is that I don't know if that person sees me the way I see them. It makes me think that chasing them would just bring me to a dead end. And I know that I can't let a potential dead end be the end of me, but there is that heavy wave eventually of not having your feelings be reciprocated. Oh, I so know the feeling. Oh, I understand that, okay? I'm afraid to confess because I don't want to ruin what we have. I don't want to be hated by them. I'm sure they won't. Dude, I wish she would slip here with what she's saying. And I don't want to be hated by her. I wish she would slip here because of alcohol. That would be awesome, actually, situation. I'm sure they won't hate you even if you confess. Especially if they really treasured you as a friend. Maybe it would be awkward for the first, but knowing that you had feelings for them, but I did think it will work out. And it would be a good way to get that wave off your chest. Who knows, maybe they all still have feelings for you. You won't know until you communicate the feelings, even if it's a huge risk. But that's just a suggestion. You're free to do whatever is more comfortable for you, whatever pace. Her face turns to me and she looks like a lost puppy, not knowing where to go. I'm just afraid. Hi! I get off my bar stool and give her a hug and pat her on the back. It's okay to be afraid, you'll be fine. If things do go wrong in the end, I'll be here for you and we can go drink the pain away like tonight. And I'll be there to take care of you, trust me. Oh boy. Here's the problem, Yuri. How does she not realize? I release my hug and see her eyes starting to get cloudy with some tears. Really? This might be the first time I've seen her with such a vulnerable face. Come on. Do it! I thought she had one earlier when talking about her family, but this is on another level of vulnerability. Well, this is that another reason that she was shunned by her family. To be quite honest, I'm not shunned by my family completely because of the fact that I'm like, hey, Lynx, when are you getting married? Getting what? What's that? No, I don't want that. Or grandparents being like, hey, Lynx, you know, there is a new girl in our building and... No! What a pain. What a pain. The families are, aren't they? Anyway, I thought she had one earlier when talking about family, but this is on another level of vulnerability, and I said that already. But her defenseless look makes me want to protect her and shield her from all her worries. It pains me to see her sad like this. Really? More like, really? She rushes to wipe them away and tries to shake their emotions out of her. Thank you, Yuri. Seriously. Thank you. Even if I don't have a chance with her, I can still keep a good friend and be there when they need it, right? Yuri, you should listen to your own advice as well, to be honest. Just saying. I shoot her a reassuring smile and firmly pat her on the back of the last time. My words and offering are genuine, but I can't seem to take out this tiny thorn stabbed deep inside of me. Can alcohol possibly flush it out? Enough with the happiness, we're here tonight to get wild, right? Wait, what? No, we were not supposed to go wild. But whatever. Excuse me! 4 fireball shots, please! I know you have work tomorrow, but you really need to chill out for a bit. Chilling out is advice more for me, but I think I might have directed that to myself as well. Soon both of us started accidentally drinking a bit too excessively thanks to the drinking games we started playing. which I don't regret at all, but I think Romy might the next morning.
Screw it, customers! They treat us like they're above us and make us. It seems like we're not even human beings. I'll have you know, before working this place, I was working at the most demanding coffee shop.
Oh dear. What have I done?
Enough! I just want to make a good coffee. If I had all the money in the world, I would start my own coffee shop and live there. Bartender, when they did well. No. Do not give her another one. You have work tomorrow, Romy. I'll be fine. Show me you will be fine when you're still smiling customers at work tomorrow with a huge hangover.
She rests her head on the bar counter and closes her eyes while mumbling for another drink. Tonight has been an adventure, and to even think that I'm able to see Romy in this sort of state bewilders me. For time flies when we're having fun. I don't even notice it's already 11:50 PM. What? She got herself to state like that in a little less than 3 hours? Whoa. The last train is probably soon departing, and there is no way we can catch it on time. Ooh. And even if the trains were still running, I don't think I'd manage lugging a barely functioning body around upstairs to the platform or on the street. I most likely have to call a taxi for both of us. She's still mumbling something under her breath, but I proceed to pay for all the drinks tonight. I'd feel guilty if I took a drunk person's card and made her pay everything. I mean, it depends on the person, but in this case, yes, I would feel bad as well. I'll split the cost with her tomorrow or something.
You've got to be kidding me!
If needing to be responsible for Romy getting home safe didn't wake me up enough, the bill's total certainly did. I braced myself for credit card bill this month. That's why I don't have a credit card. Debit card for the win. I know, I It's not like I don't trust myself, but I don't trust the bank. I'm really hoping she pays me back for half of it. With the dead dawn, I loop her around my shoulder and exit the bar, albeit with a lot of stumbling. Because it's more lively area, there are still bright lights and quite a few people walking around, though not as busy as before. And thanks to that, there are a number of taxis circling around. I drag Romy to a more open area where a taxi can easily spot us. As one comes closer, I hail it down and slowly approach the curb. The door automatically opens, welcome to Japan, and I struggle so much to place her gently in the cab that I bump her head on the car door frame. Ah!
Sorry! There was a sound. Let's go. Sorry.
A small thud sounds and it looks like it hurt a bit, but she doesn't seem to have felt it. It hurt, but she didn't feel it, okay? She finally sits properly inside and I join her while the door closes.
Where to?
I realize I don't have her address, so I try to shake her conscience so I can get her home.
Romy, what's your address?
She turns to me with an almost sleazy looking smile and shrugs. Surprisingly, she's still awake and managed to answer but not with an answer I was hoping for.
I don't remember.
Hey? Did I hit her head too hard earlier?
Romy, don't play around. We need to get you home.
I don't know.
You've got to be kidding me. I'm not. That was rhetorical, but okay.
Now what? Dropping her off at the hotel would cost more money, and I probably shouldn't leave her alone seeing how drunk she is. You definitely shouldn't leave her alone. Which leaves me only one option. Through my back, I rummage for a clean tissue out of pocket and scribble down familiar address and hand over to the driver.
Can you take us to this address, please?
There's only one place I know I can take her and not spend extra money. My place. I mean, it's the safest option, right?
Come on, we're almost there!
With all this carrying, my body's going to be aging tomorrow, I just know it. I lock my door and try my best to quickly take the final few steps towards my bed and descend Romy onto it. Her body lies still and that's all that's moving is her chest going up and down, indicating she's still very much alive. I stood next to her sleeping body and remove her jacket so she doesn't overheat. With us being in a closer proximity than ever before, I can see more clearly the details of her makeup and facial features. Her hair is a bit more out of place than usual, and her face is glowing red. Her jawline is nicely chiseled and defined, and likely very satisfying to run a hand across. Despite being so wasted, her disheveled look somehow makes her look even more attractive. You truly can't not use word handsome to describe her, and she's equally beautiful. Too bad she has eyes on someone else. Worse detective stick kills than mine. I sigh and go to take her shoes off, but my arm gets pulled and my body gets pinned onto the bed. Hey! What? On top of me is now an intoxicated Romy staring down at me looking like she's half awake. On instinct, my whole body freezes up while waiting for Romy's next move. However, all she does is quietly look at me. After a long minute, I'm unable to handle being stared at like this, so I try to push her off. You have to get some rest, you're drunk! I succeed in lifting her off an inch, but she retaliates with even more strength and grabs my wrist to secure them against the bed. My heartbeat speeds up from this turn of events, and my mind is tumbling like a laundry machine, unsure of what exactly is going on. I'm sure Romy is just drunk off her mind and not in the right state of mind. Yuri, you're a really good friend.
It hits where it hurts most, okay?
And I don't want to lose you. I know we've only just recently met, but you're very important to me. And because you're important to me, I want you to know that I love... I wait in patient for the end of the sentence, but never ends up being said.
Instead, Romy falls asleep on top of me, leaving me with a cliffhanger.
Her wave on me acts over like a waved blanket I've never had and feels oddly comforting. The grip on my wrist is now loosened, so I slip out of her grasp and carefully push her off onto the other side of the bed. I remove her shoes and stuck her into my now cramped bed. The little speech she gave me was touching, and now that I think about it, a little bit cheesy, causing me to giggle at her sentimental thoughts. But in the end, I'm just afraid. Come on! You've... God damn it! I know she haven't finished, but you could put one and the other together. God damn it. I take a deep breath and check up on her one last time to see if she's finally sleeping. Her chest pops up and down steadily underneath the blanket and her face is as peaceful as ever. I slap both my cheeks gently to wake myself up.
You're just a friend, give it up. Even if it might take a while to do so.
I lie down next to Romy and stare at her sleeping face. My eyes wander her lips and wonder what it's like to kiss them. I know I shouldn't even be thinking of it, but my foggy mind is irrational right now. My body slowly inches forward, tempted by those enticing nips. The silence in the room makes me hear only my deafening heartbeat. But I stop myself about half an inch away.
No, this isn't good.
I clit around to use the other way to escape the bait. My heart continues to drum loudly and I tightly shut my eyes thinking it will magically curb my desires.
Control yourself, Yuri. Just kissing her won't help you get over her.
I tell myself that, but there keeps badgering my self-control. My mind quite reasons with itself, and somehow in the midst of an internal chaos my consciousness slips away like it's trying to forget the bet that happened today. A loud ringing wakes me up at the hour I should not be up at. The constant noise causes me to roll in bed and smack whatever it is that's making such a kerfuffle. Never heard a word like that. I roll over to see someone sitting up next to me and for a second I think someone broke into my house. I jot up and put my defenses, but the stranger's hand lands on my shoulder and tries to calm me down in a quiet voice.
Shh, go back to sleep, it's still early.
My brain slowly starts to turn its power back on and I remember Romy stayed over after last night. The headache-inducing noise is now turned off and Romy tucks me back into the bed. My head rests back on the pillow and under the warm covers as I watch her leave. My heavy eyelids tempt me back into dreamland and make it feel like I never even woke up. And more familiar sounds wake me up and I slowly open my eyes and see my bed empty as it usually is. Turn it off! There's a tiny annoying prick in my brain make me want to lie back down and never wake up ever over again. The memories of last night start falling back, and I now remember everything that happened. Everything from Robbie getting drunk to Robbie getting on top of me. I lived the emotional ride from beginning to end and feel like I just got whiplash. I shake my head to try to get rid of both the headache and... wow, actually I can't read this stuff on Streamlabs, but I'm not in a full screen there. I totally turned my head, basically. And thoughts, which doesn't seem to work for either. Nonetheless, I fight it with sheer willpower so I can actually get to work and get paid. So I wonder how Romy is doing. I hope she's okay. Same. What I hope for is for them both. Romy POV. What? Can they finally, be together? My head is in immense pain, I believe. This is the first time I've needed to sit and take some quick breaks during downtime. Things seem to be spinning, but... oh, you know what? I know that. That was my retail as well. I could keep on going for entire shift, which was 12 hours at some point as well, without breaks or whatever. But at some point, you just need to stop. I was still taking the breaks, okay? I was not crazy enough to not take breaks at all. And I was half-assing things anyway. Things seem to be spinning, but dude, imagine half-assing things and still being like basically the probably most important element. Anyway, things seem to be spinning, but if I focus hard enough, I can manage the task. There is also what seems to be a bruise near my forehead that I don't remember getting. Whoops. Megumi-san walks up to me with a worried face and lays a hand on my back.
Well, do you okay?
Yeah. Even though it's clear as day that I'm not.
Did you drink too much last night? How did it go with that girl?
I don't remember too much. My memory plays until the point where Yuri drove me that man away and all the drinking games we played.
How was progress with her? How did you make any moves on her last night, huh?
I stayed over at that place last night.
You stayed over? That's amazing progress!
Not in that way. I was drunk beyond recognition.
Drunk beyond recognition, huh? Yikes! Hope you didn't blurt out anything.
Oh. No, Megumi-san has got me worrying over something I have no recollection of, which doesn't help the already existing stress.
It was nice of her to bring you back to her place instead of leaving you on the streets.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. It's weird thing, to say as a guy, obviously. But if I was in Yuri's shoes, I'd do the same. Or the other way, I would get the girl to a hotel so she can sleep there, obviously. But... yeah, I mean... in freaking 2023, if you pulled something like that, like Yuri as a guy, you are in problems. Quite literally. It's so crazy, even if you don't do anything. I mean, I don't even speak from experience, I just, know from all the things that's happening around, dude. It's crazy.
Shoot, never leave me on the streets in that condition.
Megumi-san leans against the counter and looks at me with serious face.
I'm still curious as to what's got you so captivated in her. She's just an ordinary girl next door that you met about a few weeks ago, lads. It can't possibly be love at first sight. That isn't a fairy tale.
It happens, for.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but it kind of was. When I first laid my eyes on her, something sparked inside of me. I was so ecstatic when I found out she works across from here. She could have been a random stranger and knew it would. I never would have seen I never would have seen again. It was like fate brought us together. So I tried to get to know her more. And then once I got to know her more, I found her cute and dorky side. So that I began to fall even deeper for her charms.
I understand you, Romy.
Ah, so that's your type, I see.
She gives me a skeptical look and gestures her head to the groups of customers in the shop.
But there have been so many of these that come in and out of here, and they are obviously interested in you. What's different about this girl?
What is so different about Yuri? It's true that there have been a lot of people coming here to get my attention, but Yuri is the only one that succeeded in getting it. I couldn't explain that, to be honest. It's hard to explain, but she's just different. She's built different. I've loved others before, but I don't think that anyone's caught my interest like this at first sight.
Okay, so my turn to burst your bubble. What if she's not interested in you? What if her sexual orientation doesn't align with your interests?
There is no way I haven't thought of that. Okay, that's the whole reason why I'm afraid of confessing in the first place if she hasn't already found out from my drunk self. I don't want Yuri to see me in a different light after finding out I'm a lesbian. What if she starts distancing from me after knowing, let alone telling her that I like her? I trust that she's not the type to mind, but just what if? Then I'll have to move on.
Oh, how nice it is to be young. For you're not exactly young anymore, but... She is! But seeing you be so tripped up like this is very interesting. Very unlike your usual self at work.
Megumi-san pats me on the shoulder and smiles a half smile.
I have faith that you can handle a situation no matter what the outcome is. But you should at least tell her and get it off your chest. It's fine if she doesn't reciprocate your feelings, because let's be real, having someone return your feeling is pretty rare.
Yeah. That's true. But also, am I weird in believing? I'm probably weird in that, but I'm someone who would not want to be with someone else if I don't have feelings for that person. Quite literally. And I guess I'm capable of telling, maybe not like instantly, but quite fast still, if something will work out or not, kind of thing. Basically, I don't really fall over time, kind of thing. Anyway.
It's fine if it doesn't reciprocate your feelings because there is meaning of having someone. Okay. Especially when you don't know if they are gay or not. I've been there, not fun.
Oh, Megumi is also into girls. Interesting.
But if she doesn't look at you for who you are, then she's not worth it.
Thank you, Megumi-san.
No problem. I'm always here for relationship advice if you ever need any.
Thank you again. Her words settle down in a spot in my brain and sink in like a heavy rock thrown in water. Just imagine Yuri turning me away and hating me creates a black hole in my chest, and I hate thinking about it. I know deep down that she's not that kind of person at all. She's not like my parents. She wouldn't leave just because I'm not normal. But no matter how many times I tell myself that, the dark thoughts still find a way back into my head. Luckily, this huge headache prevents me from thinking anymore. I close my eyes to try to shut out the pain, but I just end up getting even more dizzy. She tilts her head and looks at me worriedly.
Also, if you're not feeling well, I suggest you go home and rest for the day. You seem like you really need the day off. Heck, take the day after tomorrow off too.
Actually... She laughs and turns her back to me to start wiping the counters.
As long as you don't constantly get drunk and use this as an excuse every time to get out of work.
Are you sure?
Don't make me say it again now!
A smile forms my face and I thank the heavens that I was given such a kind boss. Before she changes her decision, I take my leave and head home for the day, grateful that I'll be able to sleep in bed. The confession marinates in my mind alongside the horrid pounding, but thanks to Megumi-san's encouragement, I might just bring up the courage and tell Yuri once and for all. Are we getting Yuri POV now? Yes! Our main heroine. The person I see through the window is the person I was hoping to see. Usually Rumi is the one tending the customers to make coffee, but it's her boss instead. Is Rumi okay, I wonder? Did she go straight home after leaving the place? Could she have fainted on the street or something?
Did she die?
My hands suddenly reach for my phone in my apron to send her a message, but the jingle from the wind chimes on the door indicates me and forces me to go back to the employee mode. Welcome! I'll have to message her later, I guess. But unfortunately, somehow a swarm of customers come in and all hands on deck are needed. For the way, Yuri, we've got things to do! Woo!
Yes, Mom!
I store my phone in my apron pocket and soon forget about checking up on Romy. Speaking on phone policy, in my retail work, fucking hell, here we go again. I could not carry phone with me, which is so annoying.
Thank you, enjoy your coffee!
The number of customers are starting to dwindle and the tables are slowly becoming vacant again, something I'm more used to seeing. I slump against the counter from the sudden rush and take a breather. I forgot how fun it was to be busy, so busy, despite it being stressful from the chaos. The wave of calmness lets me clear my brain from all the orders just now and gives the chance to go back to what I was trying to do.
Oh shoot, Remy!
At the speed of light, I whip my phone out without caring if boss sees it or not and open the Rhine to message Romy. Oh, so I guess she also has that policy, sort of. But I feel like it's not that strict. I didn't receive anything from her since yesterday's last message asking me where I was. Before checking on her, I scroll up a bit to reread our previous messages. It's something but mindless banter and memes, but seeing them again gives me butterflies in my stomach. Still, the realization phrases that there is barely a chance for me to be more than just a friend. That is, unless she miraculously loses interest in whoever the person she likes is. If only you knew! I probably can't even compare to them. There's no way I'm a match for anyone. I'm average in every way. I just make coffee and go home. Rinse and repeat. There actually is nothing special about me, now that I think about it. Can you stop thinking like me? Wow. I start to spiral from mental boss pulls me back up to the surface.
Hello, Yuri, is there Yuri? Hello, Yuri, is Yuri there? Knock knock. Yeah, I'm here.
I slip my phone back in my apron pocket and direct my gaze to Buzz.
Do you want donuts? It was pretty hectic earlier, so I thought I'd treat you to some on me. No, I'm fine.
Buzz's foolish face appears and she grows concerned.
You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Oh no, the Yuri that's okay would never refuse free donuts, especially if I'm buying.
I would also not refuse free donuts. She has a point.
Sorry, I'm just tired. I was out late at night, so I'm feeling a bit groggy. Right, is that all there is to it? I've known you for a few years, too long to know that you're not okay.
Buzz nudges me my arm and waits for my response with a rare, earnest face. A hush follows over us, and the only thing preventing it from being completely dead silent is the indistinct chattering of the customers. I try to gather my thoughts and put them into cohesive sentences, but the more I piece it together, the more I realize just how much I'm moping and overthinking this whole situation. I decide to drop the issue and not talk about it with Buzz because I feel like I already know what to do. I just can't bring myself to move on just yet.
No, I'm good. Really, boss, don't worry about me.
The washcloth in the sink catches my eyes and I start washing it, keep myself busy and to stop Buzz from prying.
Alright. If you ever need an ear, I'm here for you. Besides, it's not funny bullying a zero energy Yuri.
I scoff at her comment, but it elicits a chuckle out of me.
I know, thanks.
Buzz may be haughty and blunt sometimes, but I know she's a good person deep down. To be fair, again, being blunt is the best way.
Maybe I'll tell her that one day,
Maybe I'll tell her that one day, even if she brushed off, saying it's too sappy for her liking. The next day arrives and feels like time has slowed down tenfold. I was late for work this morning too, but luckily Boss didn't give me an earful this time. And it seems Romy isn't into the rally either, which was odd. I'm really hoping she's okay. The day went by at the speed of the snail. Yeah. And because of all the seemingly extra time, I keep thinking about Romy and my now dead one-sided crush on her. Transitioning from liking her romantically to liking her platonically is harder than it's supposed to be for some reason. Yeah. When was the last time I experienced this type of heartbreak? I don't remember, nor do I want to. Yet here I am with this dance hole in my chest.
I want to go home and sleep forever!
My eyes reclose into the clock as I painstakingly wait for it to strike 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock?
In the morning? I mean, it's so dark!
I'm counting down the seconds to watch the hand move bit by bit.
3, 2... Hallelujah!
I bend down to grab the cleaning supplies from the cupboard as fast as I can to get started on cleaning, but the tunes, jingles, and a cold breeze of air invades the shop.
Sorry, the class is closed for the...
I get up to the shoe the customary way, only to see Robbie standing there. My eyes shoot wide open. I drop the spray bottle by accident from his prize.
Ah!
My hands catch the cleaning agent in midair, and my back automatically straightens up again to address Robbie's sudden appearance.
Romy! What are you doing here?
Hey, are you? She approaches the counter in slow strides, clearly feeling nervous, but for what reason I don't know. Her chocolate eyes look around the shop from left to right and top to bottom before they settle on my own.
I don't be that customer that comes in at the last minute, but can I get a cup of coffee?
As much as I hate those kinds of customers, saying no then seemed to be an option in my heart. Yeah. My cleaning duties soon become forgotten. I head to the sink to wash my hands.
Of course you can. What you like?
The sound of running water fills the silence between us as she decides on her order. I wipe my hands with a tissue and get ready for the last cup of coffee for the day.
A pour over, please. Coming right up!
Lynx, specialist in coffee. Pour over. What the fuck is that? Pour over is a special manual drip brewing method that allows for a high-level control over the results. Using a cone designed to hold a filter and coffee grounds, hot water is slowly poured in a spiral pattern over the grounds and collected in a cup below. Okay. Gotcha. I told you I'm a specialist when it comes to coffee, so I had to read about that.
Coming right up!
Suddenly the pressure becomes higher since I know she's particular about coffee. You can't rush a good pour over. Asking me to use a more time-consuming method means more room for mistakes and error for a keen pair of experienced eyes like hers. Why does this feel like a life-or-death situation? With my soon-to-be clammy hands, I start boiling the water and wafting the coffee beans. After working here for several years, I've learned to eyeball the amount of beans pretty well, and I reach that start wafting the container easily. Down the chute of the coffee grinder they go, and the loud crackling noise echoes throughout the empty store. At first, the intensity of Romy's gaze made me nervous and fidgety, but as I become immersed in the coffee-making process, I soon forget about the spotlight on me. I prepare the pour-over station with a coffee filter in the dripper over a coffee pot. The boiling noise starts growling aggressively within the drip kettle, and I take it off its electric boiling stand. I begin the process by pre-wetting the filter and then filling it up with the coffee bean grounds. I slowly and surely pour some hot water into the grounds to let it bloom and wait 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I continue slowly pouring water in the ground bit by bit in a circular motion. Once I've gotten enough coffee inside the pot, I discard the filter with the grounds and pour her drink into a small coffee mug. The strong, intense aroma travels on the air, clearing up the previous staleness of the shop. My eyes nervously glance up at her to see if she's still staring at me. Unsurprisingly, her deep gaze is still on me, for it softens as I walk towards her.
Here you go!
My words were barely a whisper, thanks to my nerves from this huge exam, but I can hear it bounce off the walls. I place her drink on the table in front of her alongside some cream and sugar and hug my tray tightly against my chest.
Enjoy!
Robbie picks up the cup with both hands and brings it up her nose. She lightly sniffs the dark beverage and takes the time to appreciate my work. I was expecting her to drink it then, but she puts it down and beckons me closer.
Why don't you sit down? Am I that scary? No!
As she requests, I let go of my tight grip on the tray and put it on the table. I pull the chair out and sit facing her, looking into the dark swirl of the coffee. The sight of the darkness leaves my view when Romy picks up the cup and finally takes a sip. My eyes widen, I stare at her face, waiting for her even the slightest bit of reaction. I don't realize I'm holding my breath, but here, what seems to be positive reaction makes me take a breath of relief.
As expected of you, this is a really good cup of coffee.
Just with those words, she's able to release all the tension in my shoulders and I feel them relax.
You don't have to be so nervous. I really didn't come here to judge you and your coffee making skills. I only had my eyes on you at all the times because you were the only thing I could have looked at. Damn! You guys look at your phone! You making coffee was more interesting. It wasn't anything special, really. I like seeing other techniques. And yours is splendid. I'm honored to think that. I'm not aiming to be a coffee snob. It really wasn't a test.
My eyes shift in embarrassment and they look at everything except her direction.
It's kind of fun to get this all. I know how enthusiastic you are about coffee, so I didn't want to screw up. You sure you're not just saying all this because I'm your friend? Of course not.
Ruby takes a drink and a small clink sounds when she places it down once again. Her fingers caress the cup and the lack of conversation causes the silence to return again. I sit there twiddling my thumbs while I try to think of a topic to start talking about, but my brain is too tired to function properly right now. Maybe I should just appreciate the silence, but how can I when the woman who broke my heart is sitting right in front of me?
She didn't fall! Come on!
I decided to speak up because I can't take it more.
So what brings you here at this time of the day? I kind of missed you. Since I was at home resting and I was able to see you the past 2 days, and I was worried I had said something weird that caused you to hate me. I didn't get a message from either, so I thought you needed a break after dealing with me being drunk. I didn't message you in case you were a bit shaken up from that. I'm really sorry you had to deal with me that night. I know I'm a live wave and I should have been watching the amount I was drinking, but I got carried away. Wait! Didn't I send you a message to check up on you? No.
She brings her phone out at the same time as I do and we both check out our chat log.
Nothing here.
I smack my head in disbelief after seeing I have half the sentence typed out in the text box. I slide my phone over and show her the incomplete message. It must be when boss started talking to me about the donuts that day.
Oh.
She gets for a moment at my mistake, but a cloud seems to appear over her. Robbie looks at me for a moment, but then diverts her eyes back down to her beverage. Find the quiet room is filled with life again when Robbie picks up, albeit of a topic I don't think she'll bring up here.
Did I say anything weird that night? Weird?
My scattered brain tries to recall the events of that night, and all I remember is her drunk runs and her getting on top of me in my bed. At that one, my cheeks turn a bright cherry red from thinking about it again. Which leads to her monologue that she never finished. It's not like it was weird, for she was just talking about how much of a friend she saw me as. I chose not to bring it up. She was probably being sentimental about finding a new good friend she could relate to.
No, you didn't say anything weird.
Romi's eyes widen in surprise and leans forward a bit to double check if she heard it right or not.
Really?
I shake my head slowly, triple checking if I have missed something.
Nothing that I can remember. Is that so?
Romi's acting a little strange, but it could just be my imagination. She continues finishing her coffee, so I take the time to swipe my home screen left and right to pretend I'm occupied. I then notice the time showed my phone. It's already 30 minutes past the time I was supposed to close the shop. In an instant I get up to go back to cleaning since I'm already behind the schedule.
Oh, alright. I know you're my friend and all, but I really have to clean up and close the store. I'm gonna have to boot you out if you...
I leave for the counter, but Romy grabs me by the arm, halting me mid-step. Oh. Alright.
Let's go!
Her grip on my arm is tight with a sense of desperation. I'm taken aback from her sudden movement, and her concerned expression raises question marks in my head as I wonder if I said or did something wrong.
Am I really just a friend? I'm not quite sure why she asked such a sad question, but I asked for her wholeheartedly. Yeah, of course!
Let's go! In a heartbeat, she pulls me towards her and embraces me once again, gently planting her lips onto mine. Yeah? At this point, it feels like time has stopped and we're the only two in the world right now. The snug embraces gives a sense of familiarity as my body fits her perfectly into hers. Yeah, that's right. It's as if I'm reliving the day I first met Romy, where she saved me from a near-death experience. Her hold was just as strong and just as comfortable as that fated day. Except this time, it's even more otherworldly, with the extra sensation of a kiss. The tenderness of her lips feels shy and fervent, like she's pouring all her bottled-up feelings that she has never been able to reveal. Unfortunately, her lips separate from mine and this short yet long-lived kiss comes to an end. Our eyes lock onto each other with our faces only a few inches away from another kiss.
You know, I was talking about you, right? When you asked me about the person I was interested in.
The picture finally comes in my head, but my brain becomes too overwhelmed to even form a reply.
The one I like is you.
Am I in another dream? I want to pitch myself to test out my theory, but I'm still shocked, frozen from the ecstasy that just transpired. Rumi's gaze starts becoming uncertain, and she begins to loosen her grasp on me, but I didn't want that. I want this embrace to last forever, for her to never let go. From fear of losing the connection between us, and even Rumi herself, I grab onto her firmly, signaling to stay. Now it's her turn to be surprised from the sudden strength grabbing hold of her arm. I can see her face startled with a questioning look, but there is a hint of hope glimmering in her eyes. The tension between us grows so strong that it's almost dizzying. I want to close the gap again and to feel those soft, passionate lips against mine. I want to feel the fluttering in my heart and feel it burst through my chest.
Yuri, I
pull her towards me, with a wanting force, and once again I arrive in Nirvana! All I can think about is the bliss of this very moment and the fact that our feelings are mutual. And the stress and worries in my chest are now replaced with a warm and cozy feeling. One that I will never be able to forget. This feels just right. I release our locked lips and I feel a gigantic dumb smile on my face appear, but I have no intentions on hiding my happiness. Rumi's warm hands bring mine up to her chest and I feel her heartbeat going wild. Yeah?
Yuri, I've liked you ever since the day I met you.
What are you thinking? I blurt out my suppressed feelings to Rumi at once.
I thought it was just a silly crush, but it's not. You were always running through my head and I could not think of nothing but you. You don't know how depressed I got after finding out you like someone, and I tried to move on, but I just couldn't.
Rumi interrupts me by stroking my reddened cheeks and calmed me down with her soothing voice.
Shh, it's okay. It's okay. The misunderstanding is clear now. There is no need to worry anymore.
She presses her forehead against mine and let out a small familiar chuckle.
To think the best case scenario has happened, I have no words. Could you also feel the same way as me this entire time? That's my line! I had no idea you treat me special if you were like this with everyone. I didn't think you would ever see me this way.
She lets go of my face and holds on my shaking hands lovingly.
And now you know that I do. That I've always had since the day I saved you. And now I know that the spark between us on that day was not just a fluke. I don't know whether it is a dream or not. But what I do now know is that you're the one I like. No. You're the one I love and the one I want to marry.
What? We are going straight to that? Okay. Sign me up on that, right?
Oh, Rumi! I object!
Our press moment shudders when someone bursts through the door. The harsh words ring through their ears, and what stings most is that the words came from a recognizable voice.
Buzz!
Our heads stand to the door and I see Buzz walking towards us like she's about to rip our heads off. I stand in front of Romy to guard her from Buzz's wrath and I try my best to reason.
How dare you fall in love with one you must hate? Buzz, please calm down!
There we go again. The upside down Nike.
I know she works at a cafe, but who I love shouldn't affect our shops.
Psst. Our boss's face relaxes and she explodes into a fit of laughter as if her previous vision was never expressed in the first place. She slaps me on the shoulder and wipes the tears off her eyes from laughing too hard. I stand there bewilderingly gawking at her, hoping for an explanation as to what's going on. She was not being serious about that. Sorry. I just had to. I've been watching too many dramas lately. I'm just joking, but oh my god, your face when I stormed in here. I just
Yuri, I would never object to you finally getting a girlfriend, even if she's the one causing our cafe to lose customers. But I didn't mean to interrupt you to lovebirds. I just came back for my phone charger I left here.
Boss points to the corner on the countertop where a tangled white cable sits all alone. She quickly heads on over to grab it and approaches the door. Before leaving us alone, she turns around and shoots me like mid-dagger eyes.
But Yuri, you were supposed to close your package ages ago. This is a place for you to get it done. Oopsies! And you?
She points at her eyes and directs them to Romy.
I'm watching you. I might have stopped worrying about our rivalry for now, but I got my eyes on you.
Her dagger eyes soften and her posture now becomes more casual.
You better treat her well.
And with those final words, she leaves us alone for good. She's great. She's great. Everything's happening so fast my brain can't process it all and it's just constantly buffering.
So...
I turn around and look towards Romy as she starts speaking again.
Does this mean I've gotten the blessing to marry you?
I giggle at her silly remark, but boss didn't object after all.
I guess so. How about getting married tomorrow? As much as I would like to say yes, aren't you missing a few steps, Mom?
We both laugh at the ridiculousness of her absurd proposal, but it's these fleeting moments with her that bring me true joy. Our laughter is put on pause for a minute as the wind chimes from the door ring again. A customer opens the door, wondering if we were still open.
Sorry, we crossed for the day.
I apologize and answer them out while flipping the open sign over to show that we're closed.
I think I should get back to closing the shop, yeah.
Romy laughs and helps me with the blinds.
Can I help again this time? We can go a little faster this way. I'll help. I'll let you help me if you let me pay for the dinner tonight.
She winks at me and goes to close the blinds and the other window.
Deal.
Two weeks later.
Okay, boss, I'm heading out. Yeah, go have fun or whatever. Thanks again for letting me have half the day off. If it means you finally getting late after who knows how long, then yes, I'll be glad to let you take the half day off. How generous of you. I know, you're welcome.
I knock sounds on the window and I see Romy waving at me.
Thanks again, boss.
I leave boss alone and join Romy outside. My arm automatically links with hers and I give her a big smile from my excitement.
Did you wait long? Nope. Perfect. Anyway, are you ready for our first official daytime date? Of course, it's taken us this long to be able to get a day off when the sun is still up to do something together, so I would go and be excited. I get to spend the whole day with you instead of just the night. Oh, are you saying you don't like the nightly activities? Nightly activities?
She flashes me a cheeky smirk and the realization hits me as to what she's talking about. Come on, guys and not guys, of course they are going on dates at night. What else can they do? What were you thinking, huh? I bet what I was thinking, but I slap her arm lightly and blush madly, speechless from her shameful remark.
You pervert! I know I am, and I know you still love me despite that. Anyway, where do you want to eat after the amusement park? What about the restaurant that just opened up near the bar we went to? Oh, I heard they've been dealing with a case of food poisoning. Probably best not to go there. Oh, yikes. Being poisoned doesn't sound too good, does it?
Yeah. Then how about... Everything still feels like a dream. And I feel like my alarm will wake me up at any minute. These past few months have had many ups and downs, but what matters is that our true feelings for each other have finally been revealed. I can't wait to spend my life not being single anymore, and with my, I dare say, soulmate. Honestly, if it weren't for that fateful day, I would have probably continued my monotonous life. Perhaps I would have met Romy later, but would it have played out the same? The happiness I'm experiencing outweighs the negative possibilities of the past and I go back to focusing on the present and the future. The present and future together with my love, Romy. And the best thing is, neither of us are dead, hehe. It have played out that way if our coffee shop survival was a lot more serious. We then could have found a priest that would offer you to drink some poisoned coffee and then I would stop my... Stop.
mention the poison reference via food poisoning just earlier. That should be enough. Maybe next time. No one's saying okay. Now come on, let's get going.
By the way, I love that song. Thank you for playing. Click your mouse wheel or hide the hidden box. Or H to hide the dialog box. I know that, yeah. Come on, I'm a Renpai specialist. Left click again for the box to appear to finish the game. Feel free to... what are you talking? I'm so reading this. Come on.
Afterwards. Hello everyone, this is Team ANPIM. First of all, thank you very much for reaching the end of the Love Goes Toward Love. We hope you enjoyed this year's Juri Game Jam entry.
I actually don't know which year it is. I'm fully aware that this year's a bit more calm and simple compared to the previous year, so it might not have been anything too special for some of you, but nonetheless, we hope it was still a nice experience. What are you talking about? That was awesome! This year's story went through quite a few changes. It actually first started off with the story of a bartender and an OL, but I wasn't able to make it work. I got the beginning down, but the middle and end was kinda just stuck in one place, so we completely scrapped it and did a coffee shop themed one thanks to the suggestion of one of my editors. I don't remember how it came about, but the idea of borrowing some elements of Romeo and Juliet pops up here. I would need to be explained about those. Popped up, and here we are. Obviously, no one died in this story, yeah, but we'd be very happy if you picked up on some of the references. Although there really isn't that much. Okay, it's been like 17 years since I've read Romeo and Juliet, so... I think it's fair enough that I did not pick that. We also wanted an R18 scene patch, but we don't know if that will ever happen. Haha, maybe one day. Hahaha. Well, not on YouTube. Although this year's story was generic and simple, come on, it was good. We hope to come up with an even better one next year. If this year's entry wasn't up your cup of tea, haha, or should I say cup of coffee, we hope you still continue to support us and continue to look forward to our future works. Thank you again for reading Love Goes Toward Love. Until next time! Dude, I'm digging those stories so much! Let's see, which year was that, by the way? Okay. Love goes toward love. Come on. This was from 2020. Wait, it was updated in 223. In April. Do I have updated version? I do not remember if I downloaded it freshly or not. Created 2023. September 26th. I totally hope I actually did download it freshly then. Oh, okay. That update in 223 was a simplified Chinese version. Okay. Well, so it's not an option for me. Okay, so we are safe. Okay. Words from the CEO. Words from the CEO. By the way, the last game was My Dreams with the model. It was published in 21. Oi, Team ANPIM, are you not publishing anymore? Or are there some uploads that I don't know about outside of itch.io? Because I want to play them, okay? I really need more of those games. Artist funny character designing for the next VN. Posted on July 10th. Yeah? July 7th. Slowly planning our this year's game. Yeah? Alright. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled, man. I'm looking forward to it so much. If you can't tell, by the way, I absolutely love those games from them, okay? Alright, CEO Udon. Hello, this is Udon here. Once again, this whole journey has been really rough. School was kicking my butt. I understand that. Back in the day, at least. And I had a lot of trouble juggling between working on this game and assignments. I'm sure my grades have suffered a lot this semester, but oh well, for the sake of Yuri. I mean, I kind of understand that. I was doing the same thing at university, but with YouTube. Funnily enough. Did my grades suffer because of that? I mean, I guess not. I guess I still graduated. As mentioned earlier in the afterwards, this game is much more on the tamer side than our previous 2 games. What was the previous 2 games before that? Once Lonesome, Two's Company. I mean, I guess... I mean, I wouldn't call it like... that one at least like something that was not tame? But there were themes that you could consider that like really rough, I guess. Well, I guess the previous one had really a crazy title. I can't believe the most popular girl in school is a lesbian just like me! So yeah, I guess from the title itself you cannot really call it tame, but... I mean, overall though, I would not say myself that it like goes kind of too far. Anyway, after writing the whole story, I was afraid that it'd be a letdown for some of you that I wasn't able to meet your expectations. Well, dude, you are like Yuri, sort of. Yuri was afraid that she has feelings for someone that doesn't have feelings for her. You are afraid that we will not like your story. I absolutely did like this story, okay? It was awesome. But that thought really got me feeling worried, and it was a nice feeling. Last year's game blew up. Okay, so the Yuri, lesbian, like me, and got a lot of love and traction, so I was basically worried that people might think this game is a downgrade and stuff. No. Basically a bunch of negative thoughts, but I still carried on finishing it because it's still one of my babies after all, so I hope that this little story was at least nice enough to bring a smile to your face. Yeah, some of our fans sent us encouraging words and love, which really helped me chug along and be happy with what I have. Our story might not stand out as much as the others, but I'd like to think of it as a little break from last year's crazy story. LOL! We're going to submit late again this year too, but thanks to the extension we made it on time. Nice! I don't know, I think it was... I mean, listen. No, I can't say I do not remember which of the games from Team ANPIM I've seen in the feed, to be honest, when I was going through. What was the first game from Team ANPIM, by the way, that I played? What was the first game? Actually, I think it might be... It might have... No, it wasn't the lesbian one. I mean, all of them are technically lesbians, but Yuri games, but... What was the first game? It was in 222, right, that I played your games first. Let's see, to the bottom of the list. Playlists. What was the first game that I discovered? Oh, it was, I can't believe the most popular girl in school is lesbian just like me. It was that one. I'm not sure if it was the one that I downloaded first, but it was the first one I played, I believe. Funnily enough. And still, all of them were good. I know I also hinted at making a game for Kaede this year, but look what happened! Haha, it didn't! I apologize if you're waiting for her, but I really wanted to write a story that didn't revolve around high school girl for a change. I mean, I would say... It's okay? But maybe some might argue that I should stick to writing high school girls. LOL! Dude. Well... listen. I'm an adult. It might be a surprise to a lot of people or not, but I actually like a setting in an adult world. So it's right up my alley, to be honest. What did I finish on? As for next game, I personally would like to run another adult-oriented setting, but I feel it's a lot more work to think of a story. We'll definitely get back together sometime soon. Maybe after next year. Keyword, maybe, LOL. Once again, I wholeheartedly thank you for giving this kinetic novel a chance. Capital letters for kinetic novel, please. I really hope that you liked it and humbly ask for you to help spread the word, and if you didn't, I hope you'll still believe in us and look forward to our next game. I mean, to be fair, that's what I try to also do with those videos. To be fair, that's what I try to do with those videos. Ah, what a nice CG. The savior has arrived. The drunk attack. By the way, I mean, I know, well, Yuri was about to take off shoes of her future girlfriend. But, like, the inner me, like... like, I'm boiling inside when I see someone on the bed in shoes. Or, you know, in the house, walking in the house in the shoes. I'm like boiling when that happens. And the lovely kiss between the two. Let's go. Let's finish with this CG, yes. What a game! Alright, I need more from Team ANPIM. I'm being honest here. No pressure, no pressure. Take your time. I bet that... It's a weird kind of thing to say, but sort of... The more you wait, the more happy you are when the thing arrives. And the more you sort of enjoy the game itself. And again, I mean, as I said, I enjoyed all of those games from Team ANPIM here. And I did over here as well. Adult setting, again, I mean, my kind of thing, to be fair. I know, I mean, I feel more comfortable in that. I would say so, yeah. Anyway, with that being said, link to the game, of course, in the description. Go and rate it to the maximum yourself. Give it a 5 because it deserves a 5. Get the game yourself as well. Spread the word about it. And of course, check out the other installments. Absolutely worth it. With that being said, we are going to end for today. I guess I'm gonna go get my workout and walk with the dog. Edit the videos and so on and so on. Alright. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Go and confess your love if you want to confess to someone. And I hope you will be ending that successfully. Bye bye.